Hello everyone, we are Team TEC. We are the technical supporters keeping businesses in check. We are Alex, Adeline, Sakshi, and Timothy. Today we'll be presenting to you TEC, an intelligent productivity app for clock-in, rostering, and staff training. Businesses are facing unprecedented changes in consumer purchase habits in the post-COVID world. Small business owners aim to remove friction from the purchase experience to maximize customer satisfaction and retention. We have classified 3 major issues that current business owners face. Firstly, friction during the purchase experience. These usually arise as a result of miscommunication or a lack of understanding of the customer's needs. Secondly, disorganized rostering. Failure to roster while accommodating to staff needs will often result in a loss of profit, either through understaffing or overstaffing, as well as causing friction with customers. Lastly, insufficient training for staff will further increase friction, as well as degrading staff mental health. A lack of rotation between positions is also closely linked with a fall in enthusiasm and motivation. The solution we created optimizes the user experience by achieving efficiency, convenience, and integration. Historically, larger firms have designated training and rostering applications that are distinct from each other, whereas smaller firms process them manually. We envision that TEC will be able to automate most of this process. We combine smart rostering, shift swapping, staff training, and paycheck handling into one application to simplify the process for the user's convenience. I will now hand over to Sakshi to elaborate further on TEC's functions.
When you first open our app, it takes you to the homepage where the user's schedule for the day and the week are displayed, along with what we think the 3 most commonly used features will be for the user's convenience. The TEC team will look into the usage of these features, as well as other features used during the testing stage, to see if users prefer having different features on the home screen instead. The menu button shows the other features available on the TEC app. These are rostering, where the user can see the roster for the entire store or branch for the month; hours worked, which is linked to the clock-in feature, counting the hours the user has clocked in, so that they can compare this number with the payslip, which will also be displayed under the same tab. Availability, which lets the employer know what days and times the employee can work. They can also request time off or swap shifts using the app. There is an additional messaging feature which gives users a safe platform to discuss shift swaps instead of currently using external messaging apps. The last feature we offer is a training tab, which has all the training modules made by TEC team, such as the standard ones like health and safety, as well as a company-specific training module either offered by the company or a TEC team can work with the company to develop these. Tech stack. We'll be using MERN, MongoDB to store data, Express to handle API requests, React to develop our application, and Node.js to manage dependencies. We then have external APIs such as Calendar to mark availability and roster, Google Maps or geofencing API by Google for the clock-in feature. The clock-in feature tracks the location of the user with approval and sends them a notification when they enter the geofence to remind them to clock in at the start of their shift, as well as clock out when they leave. For our app, the smallest fence can be set to 5 by 5 meters. Lastly, we have integration with MYOB and other payroll apps such as Xero. Our development approach. If we get through to the next stage, for the first week we'll develop a prototype web app to give customers a better understanding of how our app works and how each interface interacts with another. For the next 3 months, we'll be working on developing an MVP with most working features such as roster, availability, and time off to integrate with calendar tools. We will then have an alpha test with a few customers near the end of the 3 months. From 3 to 6 months, we will take the feedback from the alpha test and implement that, and then launch our product as well as add additional features such as clock-in and hours worked to integrate Google's geofencing API with our app along with other payroll apps. After 6 months, we will optimize the current features as well as introduce the messaging feature. After each stage, we will monitor the performance of the app and implement any necessary changes.
Our business employs the subscription model without license fees to give user flexibility. They're free to cancel their renewal anytime without obligations, and thus encourages users to try our service. We offer 3 different levels of accounts for firms with a varying number of employees, with value-added services for more premier accounts, such as 24/7 live support for intermediate level and advanced. Advanced account users will also gain access to our exclusive mental support service 5 days a week to help counsel their staff with challenges.
Marketing strategies. We have broken down our marketing strategy into the short term and long term. In the short term, our main goal is to gain brand awareness through paid advertisements that targets potential customers. This helps us to attract interested parties to build up a customer base who can constantly give us feedback. In the long term, we aim to build up a brand reputation to attract customers naturally. So, for short-term marketing strategies, we aim to increase brand awareness through different types of paid advertisements. The most ideal short-term plan to immediately boost our number of customers is to use pay-per-click campaigns. This would offer our prominent visibility and a click-through rate of approximately 8%. This is our proposed short-term marketing strategy. However, this would only offer a temporary boost of revenue that comes at an expense for paying the advertisements. In order to sustain our app, it is important to focus on maintaining brand awareness that will help build towards our long-term strategy. For our long-term marketing strategies, we are considering incorporating search engine optimization, SEO. Although this may take months or up to even a year, the strategies can be accomplished through consistent efforts, and they're often much more cost-effective. With SEO, we are able to target our audiences with specific keywords that will help us identify and optimize our app. In addition to our long-term marketing strategy, we will create our own social media. This will gradually increase the number of followers and help us promote our app. Finally, our financial projections and modeling. The picture shows our financial forecast for the next 3 years. We would require a loan of $280,000 to cover our operational costs in the first 2 years. Our business is estimated to start profiting in the second year, and we would have enough free cash flow to repay our loan fully approximately in the third year. Thank you for listening. This video and TEC is proudly presented to you by our team, TEC. We are the technical supporters, keeping businesses in check.